Hey guys, it's Nitin here, and I'm really excited to show you my brand new software called the Ultimate Book Editor. Now, I can guarantee you that this application will improve your writing. Whether you write fiction, non-fiction, how-to books, or any kind of blogs or articles that you write on the internet, this is going to improve that writing. And I can also promise you that this application will save you a ton of money. The Ultimate Book Editor is like having your own personal manuscript proofreading person who can find all kinds of common writing mistakes that many writers make. So before I show you the program, let me tell you a true story about my wife. You see, my wife loves writing non-fiction books like children's books and how-to books and articles. So she does a lot of writing, on websites. She does blogs and she writes articles and things like that. And right now she has around, 40 books published on Amazon. Now she hangs out on a few author forums and started to realize that writing good, clean content is really important for sales. So she contacted a few manuscript editing services just to see how much it would cost. And wow, it was a bit of a shock that most of these services charge you at least, I'm thinking, $300 to $400 just for some basic checking. And so she read a lot of articles just to find out exactly all the common editing checks that a manuscript editor would do. And it's surprising that most checks are for things like weak words, weak phrases, misuse of conjunctions and paramedic methods, and so on and so forth. And she kind of realized that, a lot of this stuff can be done by software, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of these editing services, they probably use software that will actually do these kinds of checks. And of course they have like basic package, they have a medium package, and they probably have a premium package. So I'm talking, like most of the time, like most of the people who are doing the writing, all they want to do is, improve their writing, make sure that they construct the sentences correctly, like reduce the number of weak words that they use, or, there's a whole bunch of basic checks that you really don't need to go to a manuscript proofreading service and spend, $300 to $400, right? So anyway, what she did was she asked me if I can create a software program to find all these types of mistakes. And so I did. And that's why I created the Ultimate Book Editor. Okay, so let me show you how easy this program is to use. Okay, so this is the Ultimate Book Editor main interface, and as you can see, it's very simple. The top part is all the functions for doing the checking, and then the left hand side is a list of all the mistakes that the program will find, and the right hand side is where you can copy and paste your article in here, or you can open a Word document or any type of document that you have. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll go File, Open, and then I have this sample document here which I'm going to open, and I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. And all you need to do is basically click on these functions, and it's going to show you the problems that it has. Before I do that, I'm just going to open up the user guide. So it does come with a user guide, and I'll tell you, I'll show you some of the mistakes that you can capture. Okay, so let's look at the weak word. So all you need to do is basically select the function, and over here it's going to tell you all the weak words that it's found, and it's also going to show you the count of those words or phrases, right? So for example here, if I click on had, there's 4 instances of had that it's found, and this is regarded as a weak word. So you can scroll down and you can see that all the word that is highlighted would show up in red like this, and you can scroll down and you can see all the places where this word appears. The other thing you can do is, if you have a really big document, then you don't want to be scrolling, you can select or click on this search icon, and this will take you to the first instance of the word. So when I click that, it's going to jump to the page where the instance of that word occurs. And then this is the second one. So this is find first and then find next, like that. Okay, so you can kind of go through the whole content like this. Usually what you do is you would just load up, maybe a chapter or maybe a page, but you can load up a whole book. It's just that the processing will depend, the speed of the processing will depend on exactly how much content that you load up into the editor. Okay, so you can see here that was done 23 times, and then you can see the was over here. You can actually highlight all of them, and you can kind of just eyeball that, it will show you the weak words like this, right? That might not be very useful, but when you look at your content with all these weak words, maybe you can, refactor. So what are the weak words? So if you go to the user guide, we come to the weak words. These are all the weak words which are common in writing, and you can kind of look at these and say, okay, if I have these, then maybe I should kind of change them to be something else. So you can use something like a grammar checking program, or use some other means to basically find out an alternative to these words. And maybe in the future, as I build on this application, maybe I'll program in some suggestions, right, that you can replace. But for now, this is it. Now you can move on to repeating words, right? So these are weak words, and this is a list of all the words which repeat. Now let me just kind of sort. So if you click on this column, it will sort your words in ascending or descending. So for example, these are repeated words, right? So if I click on time, you can see that time is repeated 8 times, and you can see here in red where the repeats are occurring, right? So another this is another common mistake that authors make, and like I said before, the main thing is to kind of try to reduce or eliminate repetition. Okay, so this just gives you a list of all the words which are repeated, and once again you can kind of click them all on, and if it's a long list, it takes a couple of seconds, but then over here it kind of shows you, which might not be very useful to see everything at once, but you can do that if you want. Now, like you can go through this. So for example, I'm not going to go through all of them, but I think you get the idea. Paramedic method, right? So paramedic method is checking. While this loads, I'm just going to take you to paramedic method, and you can see here conjunctions and paramedic. So paramedic methods are words like of, by, into, in, for, on, the, and an. And then you've also got the words which end in I-O-N, L-Y-N, E-S-S, and I-T-Y, right? So it's highlighted this, and it's found that this article is using the 45 times, and then you've got ly 19, so you've got 19 words. So you've got fervently, and then you've got this one here, family, etc., etc., right? So here's another one. So you can kind of go down and replace them, but this is just telling you that this is repeated, right? Same with conjunctions, right? So we can see conjunctions are and so these are like things that join a couple of sentences together, and it's supposed to be another issue that you can have, right? So and you use a lot of ands in this particular article, and the word but. right? So but is used as well quite a few times. Okay, so again, we need to summarize, or we need to eliminate or minimize these. Now, when we come to summary, it's telling us the quality score of our article. So low impact sentences, medium and high impact. So low impact means that sentences are the words in that sentences are over 15 words in length, right? And you have 75 of them in this article. Medium impact is sentences between 9 and 14 words, and high impact is sentences which are short sentences between 1 and 8 words. So once again, we're trying to minimize the high and medium impact sentences, but if you click on any one of them, the low impact will turn green, the medium impact are going to turn blue, and then the high impact will turn, you know, like red, right? So you've got high impact. All right, so what else can I show you? Yeah, basically all these like are, the intent is the same. You need to try to eliminate or minimize these weak artifacts within your writing. So words ending in ing. So there's two words that end in ing and they're repeated 3 times, right? So it's not that you can always change it, but you can minimize the usage of this, and you could reword your sentences. Again, sentence begins in. So you can click on that and it will say that a sentence begin in ing. So here, having is a sentence that begins in that, and then during is also another sentence. And basically that's the application, right? This is going to save you so much money, because a proofreading editor will basically use a program like this within their company, and then just quickly highlight this and then send you a report and say, okay, you need to do this, this, and this, and you'll be paying $300 to $400 just for somebody to do that. And this software is, you know, it's like 25 to 30 bucks. So, and it's a one-time fee and it's lifetime of updates. So I think it's a really good deal. The page range is something that I just added. So if you have a really long article, you can focus on the page. So you can, let's say that you just want to check this page. So you click on the page and you can say current page, and that's all it's going to check, this current page. So if I go weak words, it's just going to give you the weak words on this current page and not any other page. Okay. Let me just check on this one again. And then I'll just refresh. So I can do a rescan of this. So if you change any of these and you're on this weak words, you can click on rescan and it's going to give you, it's going to rescan, right? So it's going to rescan like this. Yeah, and then you can pick a page range. So you can say, I want to start from this page. I'll say page range. So I'm going to click on this. So basically what you do is you click on the page that you want to start on, put your cursor here somewhere and click this button, and then you go to the page that you want to end on. So you, let's say you're on this one and you click this. So now you've got a page range, and then you can scan, right? So it finds all the weak words on just this page range. So that's possible too. So you usually, most people probably just want to say all pages, but you can select a page or select a range of pages. And that's about it, guys. It's a really simple program. It's really easy to use, and it's gonna really improve your writing. And I can guarantee you that it will improve your writing. It's improved my wife's writing, and when she asks people in the forum to critique her writing who are really good at proofreading, they come back and they say that she's done a really good job, because she's eliminated, or even, you know, not eliminate, you can't eliminate everything, but you can definitely minimize these weaknesses within your writing, and therefore what will happen is the article will actually reduce in size and it will become a lot more grammatically correct article that people will have a lot of fun reading. So there you go. I hope you found this video useful, and we'll see you in the next video.